Welcome back, it's Chris from the Hagen Factory. So this week we've got a video of Ravenswood Park. We went out there for the motocross this weekend and had a bit of a look around. I haven't been out there for 30 years, but I took the old man with me, Alan, and while we were wandering around we realised it's been nearly 50 years since Dad was the president of the Bendigo Motorcycle Club. So I interviewed Dad about that and about riders, and we've got some new footage and some old footage. So it's really worth a look. I'd like to thank Peter Clark for helping us out at Ravenswood and letting us sort of go anywhere and getting some good footage. I'd like to thank Noel Sands and Terry Webb for the old photos. It's really made the video. So, and watch to the end. You'll see one of the best starts from the juniors that I've seen for a long time. It's a really good hole shot. So it's worth watching. So let's get on with it.
Okay, what we have here is an old motocross jersey. A lot of the guys years ago used to wear leather pants and one of these on the top. So it was fairly common, and quite often they had like the insignia on it, or they might have had their name written across the back. But that little cloth Bendigo Motorcycle Club badge there would be about as rare as it comes now. Be very few of those left, I would imagine.
And what year did you get that one, do you think?
I got that badge in 1974, and it was old then.
Okay.
Yeah, they weren't making them then.
Yep.
So it was pre-74. So yeah. Well, I started in the club in 1970 actually, early 1970.
Yep.
And they weren't available then.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's pre-1970.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
So in 1974, which is nearly 50 years ago, you were the president of the club.
Correct. Yeah, I was. Yep.
Did anything else happen in 1974?
Oh, yeah.
What was that?
You were born.
Yeah, I was just questioning you on that one to see if you remembered. Okay, so you were the president in 1974 of the Bendigo Motorcycle Club.
Yep.
Just a bit of a rough idea. How many members do you think there would have been back then?
Oh, probably about 50.
Yeah, about 50. Yep.
Probably just round figures, about 50. There was a few significant people there at the time. There was Frank Black, Brian Clark, John Bowles, Claire Davies, Bobby McLaughlin, Kev McKenna,
Olsey.
Yeah, Bowlesy, yeah, they were
Fane
all.
Isles.
Olsey, Fane Isles, he was an excellent rider and he was an engine guru.
Yeah, he's a good tuner, wasn't he?
Yeah, and didn't matter if it was 2-stroke or 4-stroke, he knew how to get the things to go properly. Yeah,
Yep.
he was very.
Who were a few standout riders back in 74?
Brian Clark.
Yep.
John Hazeldine, Gordon Strawn, Dave Clark. There were a few other guys around them. I'm not quite sure whether I've got my years right, but like there was Ian Pollard. He was quite a good racer. Ravenswood was the place to be, and they ran a round of championships called the Northern Centre Championships, which consisted of quite a few clubs. Well, obviously there was Bendigo, Maryborough, St Arnaud, Warwick Nabil, Mildura, and yeah, there might have been a couple others. Anyway, they ran a round at each track over the year, and the point scorers at the end who accumulated the most points were the winner of the championship.
Yeah, fantastic.
And that was a really good event. The rounds were a good event. Everyone had a chance, and it didn't matter what grade you were or anything. If you just got in there and had a go, it was fantastic.
in 1974, what were you riding?
I was riding a Hodaka, a little Hodaka 125. I rode that for a while. Believe it or not, it was a great performing bike. It went extremely well, and Gordon Strawn rode that in a few championship races and did very well on it. And but I found it to be a bit unreliable, so I got rid of that, and I got a TM 125 Suzuki, one of the very last of the TMs, and that bike was absolutely bulletproof. I did nothing to that bike. I just raced it, brought it home, washed it and adjusted the chain, put it in the shed and then took it to the next meeting. It never even misfired once, that bike. It was a fantastic little thing.
And you road raced that as well too?
Yeah, road raced that, put road tyres on it, raced it at Winton. Yeah, but it was a good little bike.
So we've got some photos of that, so we'll put that up as well, and we'll go through the photo albums here, and we'll see if we can get a few photos up in this video.
Yeah, on that little Suzuki too, I rode it in a couple of short circuit events. It was really a good little bike to ride it in short circuit. It had enough power and was light enough that it would slide, and I made the T50 final, the Northern Centre Championships on that.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, over at Cobram, that was. So, yeah.
And you still own a couple of old motocrosses, we
Yep.
see. So we've got the Yamaha set up for dirt track, and we've got the Rickman, which hasn't gone too far at all, but we will get onto that as well. That's on the list.
Yeah, it's on the to-do list. I'm just going to use it pretty much as it is. I won't restore it, but I have actually had the motor running. It hadn't been going for years. It was an American import because we didn't get too many of these in Australia. We got a lot of the 125s with the little
I think Fat Rat had one.
Yep.
Fat Rat had one.
Ken Taylor, lovely guy, character.
Or has he still got one? He might still have
He
one.
might still have one. I'll have to have a talk to him one day.
Yep.
But yeah, this bike was imported from the States. Don't know how long it was since it's been going, but anyway, I put a bit of fuel in it, and I gave it a couple of kicks, and it burst into life, much to my amazement. So yeah, so I'm just going to get a few little tidy ups done on it when I get a bit more time. Yeah.
And we've got the Yamaha here, which was made up out of all the spare parts
Yep.
from out at Clark's.
It was, and we went around the paddock and in the old sheds, and we rounded up a big heap of Yamaha stuff. And I pieced that one bike together. I probably nearly got enough to do another one. I don't know whether I want to go.
No, I don't think we'll go through another one. I think we've got plenty of projects at the moment that we need to get finished.
Yeah, we have. So yeah, but those forks were always a mystery. And then I did ask Peter Clark about those forks. I said to him, what would they be? He said, well, they would only be Yamaha because there's been nothing else here. Anyway, a couple of people that know what they're talking about told me they're XL350 Honda forks.
Yeah, Roy over at Broadford said that. And it's funny that because we've got a load of those under the house here, and we should have known, but we didn't have a look.
Yeah, but I adapted those in, and I had to tinker around with the axle and the brake stop on the front fork. The brake, it's got a leg on there that stops the brake plate turning. I had to weld one of those onto the forks, and I had to bore out the triple clamps, but they work extremely well. Just put some soils and that in them, and yeah.
Fantastic. Actually, I've just got a couple more questions about Ravenswood.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what do you think of the setup out there now, all these years later?
It's changed dramatically.
It has, hasn't it?
It has changed a lot. It's very good at the moment. I think that, it's got plenty of undercover areas where you can get out of the rain and the wind, and it's good viewing along the main straight for the spectators.
What do you think of the speed of the bikes now and the juniors?
Oh, well, I'd say the juniors on their little bikes would be going as quick as the seniors on the old bikes years ago.
Yeah.
And the way these big four-stroke Hondas and Yamahas and that go, the 450s
The KTMs, it's
KTMs,
amazing.
and
Isn't it?
fuel
Yeah.
injected things, they're just awesome. The way I was just gobsmacked at how quick they were going. And there's a lot more jumps on that track. There used to be only really one major jump, and that was coming onto the main straight.
Yeah.
But yeah, the facilities there are good. They've
fantastic, isn't it?
They've done a lot of work there over the years.
I haven't been out there for nearly 30 years, so it was really great to have a look.
Yeah.
But we'll be back out there next month for a bit more of a look around.
Yeah, no, look, it's a good track. I would recommend anybody to go there if they want to have a look at some motocross, and they don't usually charge to get in the gate even. You can just wander in.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic.
Yeah, so that's all good. it's a lot different. We did a lot of work there years ago, lots and lots of work. We used to have regular working bees, and for working bees, you wouldn't believe it, but a lot of people used to turn up. And we used to do
I remember when I was a kid, we used to go there on working bees.
Yeah, we did a lot of work.
Built the tyre wall at the end of the straight there.
Right there, and you used to chuff around on your mini bike.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah. But no, Ravenswood's that's as good a little venue as you'd get anywhere.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, no, it's a pretty spot down there in Ravenswood and the hills.
You've got the creek going through there, and they've tidied it up a lot. There used to be a lot of blackberries there. I see they've removed a lot of the blackberries from the creek. As the occasional rider used to finish up in the blackberry bushes. Bit of a prickly situation. But, no, it's all good down there, and I'd recommend anyone to go down and have a look.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I had a lot of great times down there. I really enjoyed myself at Ravenswood.
Yeah, that was a great weekend.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that.
No
we really appreciate it. I'm sure the guys will like this. So, and we'll get back to Ravenswood next month and have a look.
I think that sounds like a great idea. I'll be there with you for sure.
Beautiful. Thank you.
No worries.
Righto, the same as every other week. If you like what you see, like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell everyone, let's bring Hagen's back. Now, we've reached the 1,000 subscriber mark, so I will announce a competition that's coming up soon. So get on board. Everyone who's subscribed's got a chance of winning. So let's bring Hagen's back.